Hello, welcome to Siege Pleasure Brews. I'm Tim. Tonight I'm joined by my friends Mormonator and Jamasian Dude, also known as Jamaican Dude when you don't screw up the name and the spelling. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Hanging in there.
Well, swell.
So we've been kind of sitting around taking a couple of questions from the Q&A forum, and we wanted to discuss. I have a person who submitted by the name of Ironic. That has an issue with with his Zur deck. Whenever he plays Zur, it immediately gets removed, and he's wanting to know what is the best way to prevent that. So, would you guys like me to start?
Sure.
Okay. So, the way you prevent that from happening is you cast counterspells in response to them trying to kill Zur. Because they can't abrupt decay Zur because he costs 4.
But I tapped out to play Zur. I have no mana up to counterspell.
Well, run Misdirection. Is at least one $2 counterspell that I know that will help stop them from killing Zur.
But Tim, that's 1 in 99 cards, Tim.
Well, there's some other options and maybe have a little bit extra mana involved. Okay, enough with the memes.
Okay.
On the real, the best way to help Zur stick is to run, obviously, it's what's called slim interaction. So it's usually free or 1 CMC narrow counter magic, or redirect effects like mixed direction. And what those will do, those will help protect your commander till you're able to untap. There are a couple of other options where you could run something like maybe potentially Lightning Greaves. But a lot of times it's generally been deemed kind of not necessarily a waste of card slot, but generally unnecessary when you can play cards that are much broader that will give you a similar effect, though it won't give you haste, admittedly. Though essentially Zur, in most instances, is just simply a sorcery speed, way to turn, way to tutor out Necro and win. So there are other cards in your deck that do tutor up Necro. Enlightened Tutor and tutors up Necro. Obviously, all the black tutors do. If you are on a budget and you need to go a little bit deeper, you could run something like Idyllic Tutor, because again, it goes and gets Necro. And those are pseudo ways to protect your commander because you don't necessarily have to cast them, but you get to the same end result. Would anybody else like to chime in on this?
Sure, I'll chime in. What about if you don't play Zur? Okay, well, enough of the memes. I agree with the Lightning Greaves. And also just maybe not playing Zur on turn 4 or turn 3. Maybe playing him later when you can keep up interaction.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that's definitely I 100% believe in Lightning Greaves and Swift Foods.
Yeah.
No, woman. Sorry. Can we change a person?
Yeah, I can take over. So as I was thinking about this, I was thinking a lot about, it's a skill. It is a skill in CDH, and I call it win preparation, or just, the steps that you take when you are ready to present and go for the win. Most people don't do it bare bones. And when I say bare bones, I mean like they just, they tap out for it and have no intention of interacting beyond it. And Zur is very much one of those pieces where people know what you are going to go get with Zur. You can attempt to convince them otherwise. You can attempt to tell them, oh, I'm not going to go and get.
They're not going to believe you.
I'm going to go and get a heuristic study.
Right.
Yeah, that's even worse. I think even if you came at me with the heuristic study argument, I'd still remove Zur because I don't want you to put heuristic study onto the field.
Right, or a Mystic Remora.
Yeah, or Mystic Armor, or even like a Rule of Law if you're one of those stacks builds. And people know that. And so if you need Xur to stick, because it is attached to such a strong potential win condition, you have to do what Timmy and Jamaican suggested. Sean suggested you have to prepare. You have to have extra mana up and available to interact with people, slip counter spells.
Yeah.
Just the same way as if you were going for a win on that turn.
Well, and so I mean, and that is good. Like to point out like that waiting that extra turn, or waiting till you have adequate resources to protect Xur, or finding ways to not to pseudo do what Xur does, which is just go get the enchantment you need. Another thing is definitely just to reiterate is don't raw dog Xur. Don't tap out with no protection just to get yeeted. I don't know. I think that about covers it for the most part.